In 1962, the Perry Preschool Project began. The aim of the program, designed by psychologist David Weikart and his colleagues, was to study the impact of high-quality education on 123 children with risk factors for failing in school. High-scope practices were a move away from the traditional objectivist, memory-oriented transmission model of education. High-scope provides broad, realistic educational experiences geared to children's current stage of development to promote the constructive process of learning necessary to broaden emerging intellectual and social skills. Educators use observation and developmental knowledge to plan a play-based curriculum which incorporates 58 key experiences across 10 areas of cognitive development. These 10 areas include creative representation, language and literacy, initiative and social relations, movement, music, classifications, seriation, number sense, space, and time. High-scope has the children follow an organized, consistent daily schedule. Blocks of time are laid out throughout the day for a specific set of activities. Children are encouraged to explore, discover, plan, implement, and review. The Plan, Do, Review sequence is unique to High-scope. During the plan process, which takes 10 to 15 minutes, the teachers work with children in small groups. Children are encouraged to choose the materials they would like to work with and what they intend to do with them. During the do phase, children engage with the selected materials for 45 to 60 minutes. The review, another 10 to 15 minute time block, is once again done in small groups. When you enter a high-scope classroom, you will notice there are play centers strategically placed and organized with open-ended materials of interest to the children. The classroom is organized and has sufficient low shelves with readily available material for the children to use at their discretion. The classroom has many visual cues and signs with pictures and words at the centers. Surrounding the classroom walls are learning charts with numbers, alphabets, color, weather, and a visual daily schedule. Materials and toys are used in the classroom to interest, extend, and further develop the children's engagement and excitement in their learning. High-scope educators are just as active and involved in the classroom as the children are. They play an important role in the lives of the children, their families, and their communities. High-scope educators promote independence and guide the children with their different experiences. High-scope uses the Child Observation Record, or CORE, to assess growth and development. CORE is an observation-based assessment used by, but not limited to, high-scope. Educators typically use daily anecdotal records to complete their CORE documentation. CORE is essential to help teachers to measure the quality of the program, the learning environment, adult-child interactions, daily routine, and curriculum. These written observations indicate how a child is progressing, but also inform parents how they can become involved and help. CORE measures 34 items across 8 major areas of growth and development and assesses children's development rather than their age. The Plan, Do, Review process gives the child a structured, consistent time to express their ideas, form relationships with individual educators, and to see themselves as individuals capable of making choices and setting goals. Blocks of time set aside for large and small group activities supports the children's belonging within a group. High-scope's belief that children learn best when family and community are actively involved in their education provides a sense of belonging for families within the educational setting. One of High-scope's core values is equity for all children. By providing materials and experiences based on the child's interest and abilities, the educators create an inclusive environment where all children feel a sense of belonging. A consistent daily schedule allows children to feel a sense of control over their day. The play-based curriculum supports the development of self-regulation skills, while daily outdoor playtime directly support physical and mental well-being. The focus on choice of activity and goal setting supports the development of sense of self. While HighScope does not directly teach language skills, the educator does encourage the child's language development by expanding on a child's early attempts at language and conversation, and by verbal simulation, that is, matching their language to what the child is doing. Of the 58 key experiences used to evaluate child development within HighScope, there are several which incorporate different forms of expression, including creative movement and music skills. The goal of the HighScope educator is to provide meaningful real-life activities and the materials that the children may choose to engage with. At least 45 to 60 minutes of scheduled time is set aside daily for children to explore with their natural curiosity. HighScope also emphasizes a problem-solving approach to learning and social conflict. Play-based, child-centered, and grounded in research. The HighScope curriculum features active learning at its core. In a HighScope classroom, children are guided to explore, interact, and exercise their creative imagination through purposeful play.